soul.
She is literally from the nether realm, so I didn't cancel it.
Okay.
Or actually go to...
I did say in the trailer, but I take that back. I take it back.
Exactly. So Ashrah is a demon who has found an artifact, the Chris. It's a mystical sword. And when she slays demons with it, it purifies her soul. So she fights with the Chris all the time. And you could imagine that gives her exceptionally good range.
How many bad things do you think she's done that she's constantly having to purify her soul?
Like, that's a crazy concept.
Wait, but here's my question, though. I always found it weird in fighting games where they give a person an actual weapon to fight you with. Because then in the story mode, it's like, well, damn, are they just dodging the whole time? No, think about it. Like, think what I'm saying. Like, okay, this is just the gameplay part of it where we get to have fun. But the game is predicated off the story. What the story is what you're playing every time you play a fight. Okay. It's weird to see somebody who does not use their bare hands when they fight in a Mortal Kombat. Because I would assume that every time that you fight Ashrah in the story mode, she's killing whoever she just fought. Correct?
Could be true.
I don't know. Like maybe I'm tripping. That's just me. That's how I've always seen it.
She is literally a demon from the nether realm, so I think she's...
Wait, is that an overhead? Wait.
She is literally a demon from the nether realm.
Hey, that little bop over
Yeah, that little bop. Yeah, hold on. That little bop.
Let
me see.
She is literally a demon from the nether realm, so I think she's been a bad girl.
I hope that's not an overhead.
She's been through it.
All right, she's done a few bad things.
You can see almost all
You
of
probably
the
have to guess.
use her weapon. Like, she's got a super good uppercut.
If that's an overhead, if that's an overhead, you're gonna have to guess. Because she can go into the knee and then probably go into a move that leads into her special, that leads into a low, or maybe a special that puts her plus frames away from you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. This looks like a, I don't know. I hope that's not an overhead.
Good range.
Yeah,
then you're gonna have to guess.
Uses her sword.
Little bop there.
It's really slow though.
Is that the professional
That
champion?
bop over the head, it's really slow.
So imagine to put it this way. You know how somebody that is like LeBron. LeBron is nowhere near as fast as he used to be. But the funny thing is that he does that same dribble move. That's slow, but for some reason, nobody can guard it.
You talking about the little,
and then right? Okay, so there are some times where fast isn't always effective. Sometimes when you play with the frame data and they make it to where you're always guessing because it's longer. This character requires for you to have a different rhythm than a Liu Kang mix-up.
That overhead could be outside of your attention span, like your average attention span of what you're expecting for somebody to throw out something, and they're delaying it. Yeah, it can throw off your rhythm, so it makes sense.
And so this move, right, and like I said, if it's an overhead, that's what's gonna cause the biggest issues. If that's an overhead.
Plays a lot of Ashrah, and the range she keeps you at is
that looks like a low. That blade sweep.
Let's go over her throw. The slashy slash.
The slashy slash. We got a bop. We got a slashy slash. Ooh, little frost throw.
And now let's go over special moves because they are very niche.
Now what is that?
So the first
thing
is that a stun?
It's a stun.
What is that?
She has a really unique
I don't know. It looks like it's a
is that a bid?
Like she looks like she could still attack from here.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, can you keep going after that, or is that a combo
ender?
So
the first thing she has is projectile, which is not a typical fast, tiny projectile. It takes up a ton of real estate on screen. Does not go full screen, and it's not the fastest in the world, but it reaches almost to the top of the screen.
So you're not jumping it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like, you don't want to jump this. So if the move is so slow that you do have time to catch up to her or throw out a projectile that beats this move. But if she does get the move off, you have no choice but to block it.
Smoke and Johnny can go through that though, if necessary. So
this move, Ashrah might have a hard time fighting the Johnny Cage. I mean, fighting the Johnnies, fighting Smokes, or fighting anybody that has like teleport, anything like that. Anybody that has good mobility, this move might not be.
I was about to say,
viable.
If they dash through it, can they attack?
Yeah, they dash through. Once they dash through it and cancel
can you block it? Can you block that projectile if they dash through it, or is that a full punish?
That's a full punish. Look at her recovery. Watch.
But
You see how she's still like when she's still doing all of this until she settles back into her stance.
Oh, that's still a part of her animation.
That's still a part of her animation. That means she's still recovering. She's not. If you teleport through this, or she does it right here at point blank range.
Oh yeah, it's
a
over.
punish.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over.
So yeah, I think that this move is very punishable.
Exactly.
Right. And you're not ducking it.
Exactly.
Good one,
It
Tyler.
also has crisscross, which is a sword slash, which is an
Combo
excellent
enders.
combo ender, and control kind of the ground and the air. And what's one of the ways you beat like long range footsie tools?
You beat?
Beat it, yeah, by jumping. So you could say crisscross makes you
Jump.
Wow. You really set these up.
Oh yeah.
Look. I don't understand why people say this is cringe. I don't get that.
No, not at all.
It's my least favorite term on the internet, by the way.
So, did any of the attacks you were just showing have EX versions?
Yes. In fact, I'll show one right now. The sword uppercut, which when you EX it, allows her to combo.
Awesome. But the projectile and the crissity-crossity?
They just do more damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I think crisscross has a pop-up.
Okay, cool.
So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, team, no problem.
And then lastly, we have...
I'm not gonna cap. My opinion on her changed. I'm not gonna lie. Her moves kind of fire. Now that I look at her, they kind of clean though.
I can respect that.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
I like her.
I can respect that. Even if you don't use her or you don't main her,
Yeah.
like if she's not in rotation, I can still respect that.
What it is it's her attention to she's crisp, like she's snappy, like her even though it's not like flashy, it's snappy and it's very like to form. Like her movement is to form, and you can see like her like how much effort she puts into her moves and then snapping back to form. So she's not a slow character at all. Like the more that I look at her moveset, she has a very tricky rhythm. Like her rhythm is you have to be completely and utterly patient because she's gonna go through full form of her movements, and then she'll have a sneaky like low or an overhead or something in between that catches you off guard. And like those enders, bro, those enders are gonna do damage over time. Like the way that she can end a combo, it's just like, bro.
Her ghost dash. So this is a cool move where she
That right
sends a
there
ghost,
is crazy.
Travels as far as she wants, and she can cancel it.
Nope.
And she can also do.
Now look at how far that look at that poke. Watch this poke. Watch this
And
poke.
she can also.
That poke is so as soon as you get up on Oki, she can poke from that far away. Look how far she is. Now, mind you, that's a high. I understand. But if you're not paying attention, and let's say he's been attacking your low a lot, right? And he's trying to catch you jumping, he can poke like you're out, like, bro, she's taking away a lot of options. She kind of dangerous.
Nope.
And she can also do.
Could you maybe put somebody in a really big 50-50 with throwing that ghost out and then the cameo at the same time? Where that's basically like 3 options for them to decide whether you're going to attack them, the ghost is going to attack them, or the cameo is?
Yeah, that's the setup. Because she could look at this too. Watch. I didn't realize that she was doing this. You can teleport through the character. So let's say you teleport through and you fake like you were about to attack, and you teleported through, and then the cameo does the attack
That's
for
what I'm
you.
saying, like the Master
now
of
you're on the
Storms,
other
basically.
side. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And she can
She look kind of like now that I get to see her moves and see what she kind of cold, bro.
also do.
Because she can go through you and not attack you.
Behind you.
But you're following.
Like basically,
And now
you can bait that. Yeah, you can bait that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna. Hey, I did say that. I did say in the trailer that but I take that back. I take it back.
Exactly.
So, for the most part, she's got a bunch of range attacks,
Yes.
and she can get distance with her
like
sword
that.
attacks.
You-
so she really kind of plays that mid to far
And you
game.
have to block-
She
you
can get
have to block
distance with her
this.
sword.
Look.
For the most part, she's got.
She doesn't have to tell. These are all fake.
You have to respect it because you just never know which one she's going to attack you on.
Come on. And then if you challenge with fireball, now she's in front of you. So she's taking away your fireball. She's literally saying, okay, you throw out fireball. Thank you. Whenever I get your rhythm and I catch you, you're gonna get punished because you're throwing out fireball. She's making you. She has her own guessing game. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Hey, I'm not gonna cap. I like her now. I like her now, bro. I gotta stop talking so soon, Jay.
a bunch of
It's okay,
range
man.
attacks.
Yeah.
And
You're
she
changed
can
man.
get distance with her sword attacks. So she really kind of plays that mid to far game. And if you try jumping in at her, she has that special move that just is a rising sword
That's a
attack that's
sandwich,
just
ain't
then
it?
going to allow her to extend air combos.
Exactly.
Nailed
They
it.
got so
But
much
there's one
over there.
really cool mechanic involved in all this that makes her just an added layer to make her a little bit more in depth.
Tell us about that layer. Let's
She
peel
can
that onion.
Tap into
Amen.
her dark side, and this changes the properties on most of her special.
Okay.
Her fireball becomes a ground spark. It can reach full screen.
Oh,
It's a
geez.
Short, medium, and far version.
Okay. And so that you have to,
Now, what is that-
choose which,
what is the-
which version, right?
That purple
Exactly.
stuff still circling them. Is that still
don't know
doing?
yet. I don't know.
Let's say, is that still doing damage?
So I gotta turn it back on.
All right. Got to turn on the darkness.
Her shadow charge completely changes, and now it actually teleports her to the location.
Okay.
And she can again cancel it,
Okay. Okay.
or actually go directly to where the ghost is. And she can use that to go behind you, she can cancel it, and she can still do the quick attack.
Okay.
Now,
You got to think about the movement people gonna have in this game.
Somebody gonna learn how to cancel it every single time.
Cancel it
Somebody gonna
that's
learn
what-
it, bro.
That's why I said
Somebody gonna learn
she
it.
look now I take back what I said, bro.
one thing you might notice is when she's doing these moves, the opponent is getting dark side attached to them.
Yeah.
You can stack
Those little
up-
swirly things around there, right?
Exactly, which can stack up to 3 times. Once she turns back to light, all of her light attacks will then do an extra hit of damage, depending on how many stacks she has.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Now, some of the ghost slashes. Can you do any of those in the air, anything like
Yes,
that? Yeah.
She can do all the ghost slashes in the air and drop down.
Oh, jeez.
She can do an attack. She can hit combos with it.
What can't she do?
Pretty much.
I don't think she has a command grab.
She does not have a command
Okay.
grab.
So,
Or a pure soul.
So playing as her, your goal is really you're switching back and forth and back and
Exactly.
forth to get
Yes.
as much damage as you can.
Yes, you're going to be wanting to switch it back and forth depending on the range you're at, what the opponent's tools are.
She's gonna be a high level character. You have to have IQ when you use her. There's gonna be those people that's just gonna be spamming with the regular movesets and not actually getting into her deeper artillery. She is gonna be a very high level character, bro.
You can really min
And you're
max your
just
damage.
and you're locking them down
Exactly.
with distance anyway, too.
So, let's talk about cameos. I chose Frost.
Okay.
You might be saying, now how am I supposed to be switching in and out in the middle of a fight?
Right.
Liu-Kang's going to be advancing on me. He might do his flying kick, his fireballs, and all that. Well, let's cover a couple of Frost moves. One is the ground ice, straight from Deadly Alliance. Super fast, low combo starter.
And it seems to cover like a majority of the screen.
Exactly. This is going to be a big time movement check when you're fighting Frost. You could let it rip at any time. It's going to be super dangerous. And that's going to keep the opponent on their toes.
And then boom, you've hit it. Swap.
Exactly. She also has Orby Orb,
Orby Orb.
where she sends a frozen orb out. A slow-moving orb that'll freeze the opponent if it hits them.
And you got to respect that. That's basically it.
Exactly. A perfect time to switch your stance, get your things going.
Cool.
And then lastly, she has this
Nope.
stalactite move that's a super quick combo ender. Or if she holds it, she gets a secret special 4th move
What?
where she does these stabby stabs. And if you block, you can see this has. Can you
Block.
pick up the controller and
sorry,
block? This will actually push you full screen and do chip, and that can get you back in range to be going for your.
And that's a
sweeping
low
attack.
too that you're doing there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And now the meter burner hold down stabby stab. Did that cost any additional meter or anything like
I
that?
believe it's still the same as regular.
Okay.
I believe. I do
I'm
not
locked.
have
I'm
the
sorry, y'all. I'm
exact
locked right now.
Okay.
and also something to mention, still game in progress. Things
Yeah.
are still being tweaked and
Yes.
balanced and whatnot.
Totally.
So things you see here.
She is very
damage-wise, that
interesting.
sort of thing may change, obviously.
I like a moveset. She's not as fast as other
there's
characters.
a very good chance.
So
There's
it
a very
feels
good
like
chance.
once you
I'll
find her,
remember the combo I
find
did
her
back
flow,
in
Oh, here he
11.
goes.
man,
It
she's gonna be
just
hard to
didn't
deal
work
with.
later.
No,
And I
the
still,
Dundee.
the Dundee.
Very hard to
Dundee,
deal
I
with.
still hear about it to this day.
So let's check out our fatal blow. I think the wings are so rad.
No, yeah, huge fan of the wings.
It's an audible gasp during the fatality.
I-
during,
yeah. And that is Ashrah. It is super exciting to have her back. I love how we've, again, taken these almost 20-year-old characters and reimagined them.
Welcome back, Ashrah.